Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers. You are listening to Midnight Rum with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing okay tonight. Yeah. I don't really know what else to go off with that, but yeah. If you want to watch this episode happen live, you can't. Well, if you're watching this episode live, you're watching this episode live. But if you want to watch the episodes live, or watch them as they happen, because they only happen live once, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltLakeOriginal. Yeah. And find it there, but you can also watch you can watch the after show there, and you can watch it for up to 2 weeks. It's full unedited and other stuff like that. And yeah. But if you do miss it, you can always catch it on YouTube, where you can watch the video, all the past episodes up till actually, technically this is 83. I said last episode was 83, but it was like 82. I'm bad with counting, even though I'm really good with math. I'm bad with counting, apparently. Yeah, so that was the thing. And yeah, you can watch all the past episodes on there, on my YouTube channel, same thing, as well as other videos that I put up on there as well. I'm trying to, like, the weekly stuff and whatever. Yeah. I think I got everything in there. Yeah. As you said. Oh, I have like 2 drinks. One, I have like this Gatorade water. It's just Gatorade with electrolyte. It's just water with electrolytes, which But I also have some grape juice with some Josh wine in it, but not a lot, so it kind of not like a huge amount. So basically, it just tastes like communion wine. It's like, I feel like I should have added more to it, but it pretty much tastes like communion wine. It's that weak. But I have had a huge 2 bowls of spaghetti. I feel like I could take a shit, but I have not. Yeah, surprisingly, but I'm so full of spaghetti, dude. You can fit so much spaghetti into this guy. I'm a spaghetti fella, spaghetti boy. When I hear spaghetti, I go spaghetti, 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 spaghetti. Like, if you know, you know. God, I like me a good plate of spaghetti. Or pasta. I can go ham. I can go ham on a cheese tortellini. Like, I remember, like nothing on it. You get those little like circle things with the cheese, like cheese filled circle things. It's like basically you're wrapping around and stuff like that. I could eat a whole plate of that, no sauce, no nothing. Like, I could do that just like zoned out in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, I just, my mind just like go, like, I wouldn't say 1,000 miles a day, but I like go, I just like reach past the ether and just eat all of my plate, and by the time I notice, I'm like, where'd it go? So I go back to get, I like to get seconds when I have cheese tortellini, or make sure I have a shit ton of it, because goddamn, I fuck with cheese tortellini. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Big old plate. I also have a shit ton of canker sores right now. I don't know what's wrong. I'm brushing my teeth, and occasionally I'm like, let's be honest, my teeth aren't that great. They're not. They're not. But like, I'm not the worst at doing it. But it sucks because I'm on a streak of brushing my teeth. All of a sudden, I get canker sores, so I can't brush my teeth. But when I do brush my teeth, I get more canker sores and it hurts even more. So it's like, son of a bitch. It's like I need to brush my teeth, but I can't brush my teeth because I keep getting canker sores when I brush my teeth somehow. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I don't or it's because I do. I'm confused. So it's like, what the fuck? So annoying though. It is what it is. I had the thought earlier today about like, oh, peaking in high school is a fucking weird concept. And then I remembered some of the like, I wouldn't say I have, and I don't like, I've thought in the past like, oh, have I peaked? Like when I was in high school, it's like, oh, did I peak in middle school? No, fuck no, fuck no. Like high school, I was busting my balls off, dude. Like I have some stories to tell, and even in college, like I didn't like as much bust my chops off, but I was working hard when I was in college, dude. Like it hasn't stopped. But I have I wanted to tell some stories today because some of this dumb shit. I was a dumb kid growing up, like very dumb. I did some, not like, oh, I did some stupid shit like, oh, we went and shot at each other with BB guns until one of us hit right in the forehead. Duh. No, like I just did stupid shit, like really dumb, idiot stuff. Like this one time in 6th grade, and this just seems really dumb. So for a project that we had, I remember it was like during the fur trade. It was for a history class, and we had to do like something about the fur trade, but we were put into groups. And I wasn't a huge like social guy, and I didn't really know a whole ton of the people in the class. Or like it was weird because like I didn't really like have my pals in there, and even then it was like, oh, you're limited in the size of group that you can do, which is, I hate group projects. I fucking hate group projects in school. Every single time that we had a group project, I just did not like it. I'm gonna bring up my mic a little bit because it feels like I'm a little too quiet. But I hated group projects because every single time I would do a group project, I would just either freeze like a deer in the headlights or just not get picked or not see my pals or something like that, or just some dumb circumstance. Like I liked group projects where it's like it forced you to work with someone, because like that's how you learn. That's how you get to know people and get to like learn. I feel like a little bit better. And if you get one person that's like, oh, it doesn't really do anything, then it's like dumb. Like even in college, I remember for a class, I could still have this guy's number for some reason, from one of my college writing classes, or like like language classes, English classes, because we had to do like a report or something on a book. I can't remember exactly, or like we had to read a chapter or review a chapter. I can't fucking remember. It was weird. It worked. We did good, but it was weird, very weird. Like we had to, yeah. But going back to the 6th grade stuff, so I was basically by myself, and what I have ended up doing for this project was making like a little short play. I don't know why. Just like, oh, journaling a guy's life on the lakes, like rowing, doing fur trading shit, and it did not go well. So I brought props in doing a one-man show. It was bad. It was very bad. It was very bad. So one of the I think the single prop that I brought in was a toy gun. Like, it was a toy gun. It didn't shoot any, like, it wasn't a Nerf gun, but it was clearly it was a toy. Clearly. 5,000% was a toy. I didn't get pulled out of class, but it was clearly a toy. But it made noise whenever, it was one of those electronic ones that made noise whenever it was on. So it was so it made just some dumb stuff in there. I don't know why I brought it in. I was just I was a dumb kid. Luckily I didn't get pulled out of class or anything, or no repercussions came out of that. But holy fuck, I should have gotten pulled out. I think also in 6th grade, I remember me and my other buddy did a thing for our, a technology typing class. I don't whatever class, technology class. We had to do a typing, a song about typing, and we did it to Back in Black by AC/DC. And so my buddy is playing the drums, and no offense, it was very non-enthusiastically, so it was dun da dun, but I was hamming it up, just singing the vocals on it. It at the time it's oh yeah, this will work. Watching the video, it's embarrassing, but I think we did the best. In my opinion, in my honest opinion, I think we did the best. Just because we actually did something, And yeah, I'm not really proud of that. And then in 7th grade, I think the two let me think of actually 2 stories. So in one of my writing classes in English, because I'm terrible at reading. I'm terrible at reading. I'm a math guy. I'm terrible at reading. Crazy terrible at reading. But what I did in my English class, we had to do find a song and interpret what the song meant. So I picked up Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People, which, now thinking about that previous story, should have probably made some red flags, but it didn't. But I also didn't know what the song was about, even though I was 12 years old. I should have known. It was about a school shooting. I should have known. Or that. A mass shooting is yeah, probably not a good thing to do a thing on. It was, I don't even remember that paper, and thank God I don't. I remember writing it, and my sister was yeah, you know what that song is actually about? And then I'm fuck, I have to redo the whole paper, and it's due tomorrow or the next day. So it's well, fuck. Let me just restart my freaking mouth there. That actually reminded me of a story that I'll talk about in a second, even though I know I've talked about it before, but I'll get to it again. I'm trying to think of another situation in 7th grade. Gosh damn, I don't know. 7th grade was pretty cool for me, though. I liked 7th grade. Thinking about it now, it's I remember 7th grade pretty fondly, in a good way too. Although my science teacher, his classroom was so it was, the temperature in his classroom was warm enough that it would make me sleepy. Without fail, it would make me sleepy. And I remember one time it's well, you can't, he was you can't stay up, you can't hoot with the owls and scream with the eagles, because you can't stay up all night and expect to be getting up early in the morning. It's like, no shit. But it's like, his classroom was just the perfect, like, temperature just to fall asleep to. I don't know why. I don't know if it was like where I was in the room, but it was just like I had to get get like Mr. Bean, like, use toothpicks to make my eyes stay open. It was that bad. Not literally, but like it felt like I could not stay awake. Especially if, like, it was dark. Put on a movie, something like that. I'm like out like a light, dude. Out like a freaking light. But yeah, in 7th grade I got the I had the lead role in the musical as Horton, but Horton in Seussical the musical is really more of a bass part. And I was a tenor 1 whose voice didn't drop yet, or was like in that transitioning phase, so I couldn't do any of those low notes. So what I ended up doing is like figuring out, oh yeah, there's this thing called falsetto, where you basically use your head voice, and I didn't know about this. It just like came to mind, and I didn't even know. It was instinct. I remember in one of the practices, I just like, fuck, I can't hit these notes. And then I'm just like, what if I took it up? And that was like, the whole room was like, whoa. When I started doing it, the whole room was like, whoa. But looking back on it now, why did I do that? But there was one song in that I didn't really do it because like it fit my voice perfectly, or it was like in the right range that if I took it up, it would just be too high for me. Or like, it wasn't high for me, but it was like not in a very comfortable spot. But yeah, like I was popping off in 7th grade, like, because of the musical basically is a big thing that did it. Because like I was hanging out with all my friends at the time, and like we took the standing tables at lunch because like there were only a few standing tables, but my friend group, and we were a bunch of nerds, we always took the standing tables just because we could. And we did. Man, that was 2012. God damn, those were some good days. Those are some good days. Oh man, I do look back on those kind of fondly. What else? Yeah, let's go over to 8th grade because I didn't get to that yet. So in 8th grade, that's two. I think the big one, wait. I think one of my embarrassing stories from 8th grade is, again, another writing paper thing. So we were doing this a paper on the monkey's paw, where you're trying to figure out, where the prompt of the paper was to figure out what the last wish was. So in the monkey's paw, like, two parents or like a family gets a monkey's paw. It's like, oh, you can make 3 wishes, and each wish, has consequences or whatever. And the first wish was to be rich, which they get rich because their son gets ran over, and they get rich because of the insurance money. So they're like, oh, weeping and stuff. But then their second wish is to bring back their son, which he's already dead. But before we even had the paper, our teacher was like, now pay attention after the second wish was made. She's like, pay attention to what's happening here because this will be your paper. So I did. Immediately after that, after the next sentence in the story was like, oh yeah, all of a sudden a rat, scurried up next to her. And because it takes place in India, I assumed that was reincarnation, because that's a thing. That's a thing in there. So I didn't think anything about, like, it's like, the stuff about her panicking at the door was probably like, I don't know, it could have been her son, but I instinctively thought that the rat was, but then someone else is just at the door knocking just to say hello or whatever. But she thought, oh, it's her son back, dead as a zombie, probably. And her final wish was, wait, no. Damn, thinking about it now, I was really dumb. See, the third wish was to like make her son go away and to just die, like go back and die into his grave. But I didn't think it was that. I thought that, oh, she couldn't live with the guilt of having her son dead, and she just wanted to kill, like her last wish was to kill herself, because you don't hear what she says her last wish was. She cries out in agony and then just falls on the floor, which that could mean that she died. Or at least in the version that it said, she fell on the floor, or like she wailed and fell on the floor. That's how the story ends. So that's what I interpreted it as, and I was fucking dead ass wrong. And I got an F on that paper. But it's weird too, because I also had a crush on her daughter at one point, and I even had her dad as, like, I had both of her parents as teachers. I fucking love her dad. My record collection is majorly inspired of him, because he has records all across his room, like all around his room, and holy moly, it's some bangers. Like, he's got the iconic Journey with Don't Stop Believing on it. Like, he's got a lot of bangers on him. I think he's got The Who, It's Hard. Like, I have some of the records from there, or not the exact ones, but the albums that he had. I don't remember them verbatim, but I do remember some pretty dang well. More than others. I wish I, took a picture, because, like, gosh darn, he had some good taste in music. Just listening to some of the albums. But regardless, her mom hated me for fucking like, I don't know what crawled up her ass, but she hated me. And there was like this other guy that I think, even during 8th grade, like, I think her daughter was maybe dating at the time, but I don't think he was. But like, one of the papers that we had, like a different paper that we had, she was like, oh yeah, this is literally the best paper I've ever read. It's like, okay, now you're blowing smoke out of your ass. Shut the fuck up. Like, she had a very soft spot for him. It's like, okay, you're just saying shit for saying shit. Like, we get it. You have favorites, and I'm definitely not one of them. It's like, seriously? But whatever. But no, I still love their family. That family's freaking cool. I also don't have a crush on that other on their daughter anymore, because, like, I mean, I still keep in touch. I still, like, see her stuff on, like, Facebook, but, like, yeah. Actually, because, like, we were both runners and stuff like that during like track. Like, I think we kept at the same pace just because we did. She's cool. She's real cool. I'm not gonna say her name though. But if you did deep digging, like Nardwuar levels of digging, you can probably piece it together. Like, that would be some crazy shit. And she's fully aware that I did. Like, back in the day. I don't anymore, but it's like, yeah, I think that's really more of like middle school. Like, I had some pretty dumb and embarrassing moments, but I think that, like, as I got older, lessened, I think getting into high school, that's when I really got into magic, because my cousin, my cousin, we were kind of worried about him when he was going from 8th grade into high school because he went to the Catholic school, and he got bullied a lot by the kids there, and they were unsure that he was gonna like make friends at high school because like that's when the middle school kids and the Catholic school kids start merging together at high school, and quite the contrary, he was, but like he had a lot of friends, and a lot of the friends that he had were already my friends. So when I got into high school, like I'm like, hey, so and so, and then I see my cousin. I'm like, hey, how do you know him? It's like, yeah, we've been friends this past year. I'm just like, no fucking way. And it's like crazy. And then that's when, like, I started hanging out with my cousin and his friends, and they started getting me into playing Magic. And now we're here. We're opening some Magic packs, right? Yeah, we're doing the Magic packs. All right. I had to do it to him. But I am thankful for my cousin because he is the one that got me into Magic, and I am going to go to his wedding this summer. He is one of the 2 weddings I have to go to in a week. Like 2 of them in a week is crazy. And the other one is Outsider, which you can catch his stuff on Twitch.tv. But I digress. Let's get to the rolls. I'm doing some weird pack stuff, and just follow along. So the first pack, and then after that we are getting the 5th pack, because adding 4 to that. Oh, I didn't even count how many packs I'm opening. 4, 2. I think just 2, because like 2 is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 packs to carry that over. Nice. Very nice. Move that over to the side. You already know what's going on. Let's just open these up. But yeah, my cousin was the main person that got me into Magic. And then a couple of his buddies. One of the main guys I used to play with at Magic with at lunch, and I don't know what kind of format we were playing at the time. Maybe like a modern, maybe. I honestly don't know. We play at lunch, and the main guy I'd usually play at lunch with was the older brother of one of my friends, like in my class. So like I already kind of knew them in a way, but I actually didn't know them until like high school. But it was cool to like be friends with one of my friends' siblings too. Just going through that first pack, get through some of these common cards. We got an art card, but we got a foil mount behind it. We got, I think this is Outcaster Trailblazer as the art card. Okay, foil Montaigne. Ooh, we got a foil Caught in the Crossfire. We got Outlaw Merriment for the Prosperity card. Oh, Lost GT. That's like probably $10 or something. Behind that, we got Savala. It's not really good. Shoot the Sheriff as the end card. But Lost GT, that's a good one. That's a good pull. I already have one of those, but very nice. I think my first pre-release that I went to, I don't know if I've already, the first pre-release that I went to with a buddy, we didn't know how to do a pre-release, and I think we left maybe like 2 or 3 rounds, like a round or 2 in, because like I didn't sign up into the actual, draft, but I got a pre-release kit, but I didn't know how to do it. So by the time that they're doing round 1, I'm just sitting there, no opponent, just like, what? Like, I was new to it too, so I'm like, I didn't know. Flip. We got a boombox. We got a fleeting reflection. We got a ruthless lawbringer. Gateway, Boneyard, Take the Fall, Loan Shark, Patient Neutralist, Sterling Keykeeper, Coiled Charger, a Mercenary Token. Oh, we got the Gruel Crime Land, Bristling Backwoods. And then we got a foil Harrier Strix. We got Fling for the whatever paper card. Then we got what is this? Karvek the Punisher. All right. Actually, let's see. Let's see if I roll a 6, 5 or 6. I'm gonna open up another pack. I feel like it. That was a 1. That was a 3. Actually, I'm not calling that was a roll. That was a 6, but if I gotta do it again. 5. So, yeah, why not? No, I'm just gonna do my reserve pack. One of my reserve packs. Fuck it. We are getting kind of low on package. So, yeah. But a new set should be... Modern Horizons 3 is coming out soon, so that should not be an issue. We got a Shepherd of the Clouds. This town ain't big enough. Slickshot Vault. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Oh, Treasure Token. And then we got the, frick. Boros. Oh, shoot. The, Boros Crime Land. I want to see, like, when I hit my... I kind of want to see the playback on when I hit the camera by accident. Oh, I don't think I... Oh, there it is. I had to, like, I wanted to see it happen. Got an S's capture. There got Malcolm. And that was a bust. Bust pack. Whatever. But the Lost Sheet. Oh, yeah, that was a good hit. I don't think I want to look at it because, like, I know it's not, like, the best hit, but it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. But now some embarrassing stories from high school and maybe college. I think the one that I'm thinking about right now, actually, yeah, for high school, one embarrassing one or two. I was bad at like I wasn't that I'm kind of shy when it comes to like asking people out or asking girls out. Like I was very shy. Even like the times that I did it or that I have asked, like with both my girlfriends, like I kind of asked them when they were leaving a place. I caught them in like, hey, do you want to, go out sometime? And that I did that for both. I legit did that for both. and like I thought about it with like my current girlfriend with Lovey, like with Lovey very like on stream. I did that, and it's like interesting. So, but like for proposals and stuff like that, I did one time. I tried to ask a girl out, which whatever, with like a pizza because I worked at a pizza place at the time, and I'm like, hey, can you bring a mac and cheese pizza, and with this on it, with a laminated note on it, so I could give it to them and whatever. I didn't do it. Like they brought the pizza there, I got it, I received it, and nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. I didn't do it. I pussied out. And then my senior thing, I had this poster that I made up a very like elaborate poster that I made up, and I just held on to it for a long time and never actually did. But then when I did, it was like in the hallway. She's like, "Nah, I'm already good. I'm already going." I'm like, "All right, fuck you, bye." But honestly, that one, I'm glad I dodged a bullet on. Actual bitch. No offense, actual bitch. from what I'm heard, from what I've, from things I've heard of at the time, actual bitch. So, no loss there. Uh, yeah, and I've already like with that. I can't remember what episode it was. But like with all the weird stuff that I gave myself trauma, like girl trauma, I don't fucking know why. You know what I don't get? You know what I don't get? Like girls in high school are fucking mean to each other. They're girls in high school want to kill each other. Like guys, it's literally the opposite. Like yeah, bullying is a thing. Like it's a thing, but it's gonna continue to be a thing. But when push comes to shove, the boys are the boys, and you don't fuck around with the like you fuck around with the boys, but you don't fuck around with the boys. You don't fuck around with the boy. Like end of the day, it's like you help a brother out. You help a brother out. You see something cool happen, you're gonna be excited for your brother. Girls, you see something bad happen to them, you just snuff them out. You make sure they're dead. Like it happened to my sister. Like when she was in when she was like a freshman in high school or something like that, some of her best friends just like went behind her, just like really, just absolutely mean. Like really mean. And even the whole reason that he got back into the church was because of a foreign exchange student that was an actual bitch that went behind her back and was just really mean. Like, I don't know what it is. And like, and I know some like some friends of friends of like that are in high school and that were in high school and they had the exact same thing. It's like, how the fuck is this? How is this happening? Like, dude, like I get it if it's like one, if that's a thing, but like Mean Girls, like I feel like is more and more of a reality than people want to believe. Like Mean Girls is a satire. Like it's not meant to be like, oh, this is what actually happens. It's supposed to be a satire. But that shit's real. And it's scary. The lengths to like some girls will go out of their way just to be spiteful in high school. Like I never understood it. Even like some other girls in my class, like I didn't pay attention or whatever, but like, oh, some of them were just brutally mean to each other. Like, I don't know why. Like, I knew guys that like are like the classified jock, bullies, whatever. Oh, hell, I get along with them good. Like, I get along with them good, not because of the fact that I used to, like, I was wrestling and, wrestlers are tight. Like, once a wrestler, always a wrestler. But, like, I got tight with I don't mind hanging with the boys. Like, hanging with some guys I don't usually hang around with. Like, there was no harm with it. But, like, yeah. Men's choir was a fun experience. Like, it was a lot of us fucking around and a lot of us didn't know what the hell we were doing, but that was a fun experience my senior year of high school, just like hanging out with a bunch of guys singing choir. That was freaking amazing. And I'm mad that like one of the songs I wanted to do was Make a Man Out of You, or Let's Get Down to Business from Mulan, but they've already did it. So I'm just like, fuck, I want to do that song because it's so good. For like the Pops concert, that we usually do in the that we usually did in the spring. I'm just like, fuck, I wanted to do that because it's just a good one. And like, I knew how to actually, use staves. And there are people within that were in that choir that knew how to do it. But the guy that did the choreography for when they actually did it didn't know shit. It's like, really? Brother, this guy stinks. But yeah, I just don't understand the weird contrast of like guys and girls in high school. It was just like, I never understood why girls were so mean to each other. Like, outwardly mean. Oh, I do remember some other good stories though. Some very funny stories from high school. So it was one time at this dance. It was me, one of my good buddies. And if he's watching, I think you remember this one. I'll probably leave a comment if I see their next video or mention them or something like that. I want them to see this, but I think he remembers this well. But the one time we were hanging out with his girlfriend at the time, and it's like a snowball, I believe, like the winter, not like prom or like, yeah, I think it was snowball, like just a prom, high school dance, whatever. And high school dances, I feel like, are just a fucking wash. It's just a mosh pit. And I'll get to that in a second. But we were hanging out with I was hanging out with him, his girlfriend, and like a couple other people at the time, just on Locker Bank, because like we wanted to get away from the crowd. And one of the people that was dancing nearby us, she was like kind of like over, I think she was like kind of being really weirdly close to him at the time. So we're all just talking, and then we just see her and another, like maybe two other people getting escorted by like the athletic director and I think the vice principal, going to the office, and we're like, oh crap. I wonder what they did. And it turns out they were fucking drunk. They were just wasted. And when they got there, so we're like, oh yeah, that makes total sense of why they were acting that way. Then, I'm trying to remember exactly who it was. I think we, like, if he knows what I'm talking about, we gotta talk about this at some point. Like, I gotta get in touch with him. He should come on this podcast. I should get him on if he can. Like, I don't mind changing the schedule of the episode just to fit, a guest in. But typically I like having it on Wednesdays, or technically Thursdays, because that's the way it works for me. But yeah. Oh man, me and him, like we like I before him and his girlfriend at the time, or during high school, were dating, I kind of had a crush on her. Actually, it was probably after freshman year. Yes. Because both of our sisters wait, no. Was it? No. I can't remember when. Damn, I don't remember when. But his girlfriend during high school, like I had a crush on her at for a little bit, before they started dating, and a little bit, still in the early stage of them dating. Like, I was kind of jealous, but like, bros before hoes. No offense. Like I didn't let my needs come in the way, because I didn't, because they were actually good together at the time, and I don't know what the story was, but like we were tight. Like, man, dude, I really need to get him on here, because we were in plays together. I think it was like our junior senior year. I'd always go over to his house on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays after school, and we go into the basement and we play games. We play all sorts of games. Like I'd watch him play like some Dark Souls 3 one time. Like we played Jackbox quite a bit. We played some board games. He loves board games. Like he loves board games. Like he probably has a huge collection of board games. At his or like where he is. But man, it like I love doing it because we got a bunch of people to come over and just hang and play, and I got to hang out with this dog. She's probably, man. It's sad to think that his dog is gone. Now I think about it, I do remember hearing about it, but damn, she was a good girl. She was very friendly too. But then one trick that she would do is she would catch her tail. Like she would go after a tail, she'd catch it, and we'd always have to applaud her. It was funny because she'd do it quite often, but it wasn't like all the time. But like when she did it, it's like, oh, she's going for it again, and then she would eventually get it, and it was real funny. It was really funny because she'd just be like, oh, what do I do? I did it. What now? Those were the days. Man. I do miss it. But then college, though. I had some fun times in college. I've already told quite a few of the stories before. I think I hated my 20th birthday. My 19th birthday was great because we went to Texas Roadhouse and got Nerf guns and stuff like that. My 20th birthday was very depressing because like I was like, hey guys, my birthday falls on like Labor Day weekend, so I'm like, hey guys, let's do something. But everyone was gone, so I'm like, and the people that were there didn't want to do anything. I'm like, what the fuck? Let's do something. But no one wanted to do anything, so it just basically ended up my whole birthday sitting in my room playing video games. And in a weird way, it kind of got me onto like certain bands and stuff like that. I think I got into the band Camino because I related to what was this song called? I spent too much time in my room because I did that in college. Like I spent a little bit too much time during that year in my room, mainly because like I was gaming, and my class, like although I had plenty of classes, like my load wasn't incredibly huge. Like I managed, and I was close to the building, so I didn't have to like have my timing and scheduling and do all that other stuff to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. Like I had my stuff kind of figured out in a way, so I had enough time to go back to my dorm and game a little bit. But yeah. Oh yeah, I love this story. One of my favorite and funniest stories I remember is my freshman year of college. Me and my roommate, it was his birthday, and for his birthday, we went to see the premiere of Avengers Infinity War. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the tickets. I got a bunch of other like theater people because he was a theater major, and I got a bunch of other people come along. Let's go see the movie. And my roommate had a freaking killer. He probably still does. He has a killer Spider-Man costume that he used to go to birthday parties and do it that there, like be a birthday Spider-Man at the birthday parties. It was really cool, honestly. Like I think he even had like web shooter. He didn't. I don't think he had functional web shooters, but he had like web shooters like separate from his costume, but like similar to the ones that Tom Holland's Spider-Man had. And it was like, that's cool. So for his birthday, he's like, oh yeah, I'll get the tickets. And I was sitting next to him during the movie, but I couldn't remember what time we were going to have the movie, so I think it was like, it was between 8 and 8:30. It's like one of those two times. And I was sitting in our dorm room. I already got presents for him, like 2 presents for him. I got a t-shirt with the Iron Spider-Man on it and a Spider-Man Funko Pop. And I put for you, or Spider-Man, like a thing, like a Tony Stark Spider-Man thing. And I hid in my bunk, or in my like bunk bed, just waiting for him to get in, but he never did. And so I'm like, what's going on? And I'm trying not to, like, if he's like coming in the door, I don't want him to see my phone turn on. So I'm just trying to keep it like kind of low key. And I say like, oh yeah, we're seeing the movie at this time. So I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go quick. So I get there and we go see the movie. And he's dressed as Spider-Man. I'm dressed as Star-Lord. And it gets to the end of the movie and Thanos' snap already went off. And then, goes to Star-Lord. I was like, shit, I'm dead. And then Tom Holland, Spider-Man, is like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And I turned to him, I'm like, oh no. And then as we're leaving the movie theater, it's like, we're dead. And honestly, we were some of the because like people dressed up to it, but I think we really did. I don't think a lot of other people's like dressed up as hard, but we did. And oh man, we were like, we're dead. And so then when we went back to the dorm rooms, yeah, then they showed him his presents and stuff like that, and he liked it. That was fun. Yeah. And I also remember during that that especially the spring semester, he would watch during his downtime he would watch Friends, and I'm not a huge Friends guy. I'm definitely more of a Seinfeld guy. But like he was like plowing through a lot of Friends episodes, and like one of them, it was like a season finale where Ross, for some reason, sends himself to Yemen. And I remember that like one of my teachers in high school was like, I'm going to Yemen. Would always like quote it because they were a huge Friends fan. And so when it got to that episode, I'm like, I know this one. I'm going to Yemen. And I'm just like he would play it like loud because like, yeah, I like to listen in sometimes. And he'd plug in his earphones other times. Like, I respect that, honestly. Because like, sometimes people don't want to hear it, and other times I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, I don't care. Like, as long as it's not like obnoxious, I'm fine with it. But yeah, man, my roommate freshman year of college, cool dude, like legitimately cool dude. Yeah, I kind of wish I had a roommate. In some regards, I'm glad I didn't have a roommate my sophomore year. But at the same time, it's like I was kind of lonely during my sophomore year. But then I got a girlfriend, and that kind of changed. Like she was staying in my dorm quite a bit. Because sometimes it made sense, and other times just like during classes we just go back to my dorm and hang out, study or do something. Yeah. Yeah. Just study. Maybe hold hands, but nothing else. But yeah, it was yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then we moved in, and then sometimes I would go over to her like apartment or like house or shared house that she had, and I knew a lot of the people that were there. Some of them I don't really care more about others. Some of them I like more than others, and just like weird politics and stuff. Ugh. Like on one hand, it's cool to live alone or with people that you know and whatever. But on the other hand, living with a lot of people, unless if you're really down, you dig them really well. Oh man, is there such freaking politics and bullshit that you gotta deal with? I hate it. I hate it, dude. Like, man, like responsibilities and responsibilities. Who's doing what? Like duties. It's like, oh boy. Like I even remember for my even when we went to her house or the shared house before we moved into apartment, I was shoveling the driveway sometimes. Like seriously? Like some of the other people could have chipped in, but other times it was because of necessity, because my car was a freaking boat, and because it was rear wheel drive, it was kind of hard to do that, to park there on the side of the road and whatever. Sometimes in the driveway. But yeah. It was weird. Weird time. Actually, was it? Yeah. Oh man, it's getting close, but it's not over yet. But I feel like when we moved into an apartment, I had to schedule out quite a bit more. And one thing I never really got. One thing that happened when we moved in together into an apartment, we never shut the bathroom door. We almost never shut the bathroom door. If we shut the bathroom door, either it stunk, the cat Bacon took a nasty shit, or we were showering but we didn't want to, someone else was doing something else, so we kind of in necessity. But other than that, we kept that thing open. Also because Bacon's litter box stunk. That dude, my cat Bacon, that fucking guy takes some nasty shits, and he doesn't cover them up. He does not cover that up. He can just leave it be. He'll do that. And it's just bro, come on. I don't want to smell it. I know you took a shit. But it also didn't help because we had a low ceiling because it was a basement too. So, yeah. Those are fun times. I do miss those days, but I also kind of don't, because I feel like it would be fun living those over again, but also at the same time, you got to move on. There's a reason that the present is the present, is because it's a gift. The past is the past, and it's already happened. You could live it over again similar, but it's not going to be the same. And I don't like or choose to do it over again. I feel like the choices that I've made, I feel like I could have done some stuff better, definitely, but honestly, I've made a lot of good choices. I feel like I made a lot of good choices. I could have done things. I feel like, I could have done things better, but I've made a lot of good choices and done a lot of good things. And I'm happy. I am. I really am. And I don't think it's gonna stop. But yeah. If you want to watch this happen, if you want to watch the show happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/Mouth Original, all one word. Or you can watch the full, unedited episode happen live. You can interact in chat and other stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever. You can go to Twitch. You can watch it happen live. Or you can also watch the after show as well, too. Or you can, if you miss the taping of it, because, live only happens once, because duh. But if you want to, you can watch it for up to 2 weeks. The whole thing. Up to 2 weeks. until, Twitch does its thing. But you can go to my YouTube channel where I post the edited video of the podcast as well as all the backlog of the entire show. They're all now 83 episodes. Maybe 84. I might have miscount. I don't know. I hope I didn't. And also other videos that I put on there as well. And yeah, other weekly videos. I feel like after this year, I might change it up and make some like longer, better content. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really thought to, about what I plan to do. But I feel like this year is definitely like, oh, I want to make something once every week, or like have something come out at like once every week, and then have it be like that. Because I like the way that it works. It gets me to focus and make something. And yeah. I like to thank Gradients for the use of this song, Used to It, off of the album The Call. We are slowly getting closer to the day that I can actually probably go visit them. Not too far. They're a lot closer than in the Fargo Moorhead area. And yeah, I'm just glad that I can probably see the boys more often. I might go to their house and say hi. I think they're all moving into a house together. Yeah, I think all the guys that were living in the house right now, I think they're all planning to get into a little renting a home or something like that, which sounds fun. Not for me right now, but that sounds fun. I'll definitely visit and see how they're doing. Yeah. And thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the time right now, it is, of course, not midnight, but it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh baby, well I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.